Hi, this is Steve Mostyn, your head tutor for the Oxford Executive Leadership Programme, and delighted to make this first weekly roundup video, which is tended to be informal but also a kind of invitation to action, because I think all leadership development is about starting with small experiments. And if you think of your role as leaders, you're being asked to deliver on performance objectives. But I think in this program, we want you to think about working on your organization as well as in it. The on and in are two very different perspectives, and I wonder how much time you spend thinking about the on and in. And actually, referring back to the module that you've just completed and the assignments that you've just handed in, I was particularly taken by Susanna's Berini's question to me online, which was around how do we view organizational effectiveness? Are we looking about organization effectiveness or leadership effectiveness? And actually, my response to Susanna was, well, the two are interconnected, but actually, that's the heart of this program. We're looking at your leadership effectiveness, driving, envisioning, purpose, strategy, and managing teams. That's really what we're about in this particular program. I was particularly interested in the diversity of backgrounds of participants, and I think we had over 400 comments on the discussion and forum board. So thank you everyone for making contributions to those. But if I look at Jasmine Chen, who works at Zara, she had a very different view on this work of leadership and organizational effectiveness. Zara, the fashion chain, she talks about self-mastery and belief in supporting each other with no formal performance management system, which is a wonderful contrast to Su Chen Lau, who works in a Malaysian bank, who talks about 5-year visions, KPIs, and the whole rollout of performance management therein. So you're going to learn a lot from each other. But I also want to think about your learning and how you capture this. For example, how many of you take time to journal? And in my journal, I'm always reflecting on what I'm learning, but also as you go through this program, think for a moment, what are you feeling a bit uncomfortable about? What's not quite in agreement or doesn't gel with you quite as well? Because in there's an essence of learning. So think about journaling and think about your own development, because actually the key to leadership effectiveness is to transition effectively from one role to another. That's really the reason that you're going to complete this program. Think about your role as managing your own transition. And one thing that I found particularly useful is the Harvard Business Review classic from 1999 from Peter Drucker called Managing Oneself. It's a small PDF. You can download it from the Harvard website, and it really asks some simple things. What are my strengths? How do I perform? What are my values? And where do I belong? And how should I contribute? I think it's a very nice backdrop to think about all the work you're about to engage with over the next few modules. And particularly the idea of what is it that you as a leader can do that no one else in your team is able to do. So as we go through the next few weeks, I'll make these weekly roundup videos just to help you think through your leadership challenge, but also the invitation to try small experiments. When I say small experiments, the experiment might be to delegate more to your team, to think about work differently, to think about how you spend your time in your work differently. All these and more will be focused on over the next few weeks. It's great to see all the forum comments. It's also great to see some new proactive forums springing up from one or two people with interested comments to make on, I saw a particular one on recruitment and selection and psychometrics. By all means, post these, but they're not assessed as the main discussion forums are. So just bear that in mind. Good luck with the program, enjoy it, keep challenging, and have fun with it. Thank you.